Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Joe and with Gavin. And Birmingham, one of our favorite markets right now. And Gavin has been leading the team that is doing 3, 4, 5, 10 deals a month, sometimes all over the country. But we're doing a lot of deals right now in Birmingham, Alabama. And one of the people that we partner with doing our deals down there is Melissa and her husband, Carrie. And I remember one of the first workshops that we did back in San Diego, probably 4 or 5 years ago. Melissa was there, right? And she started doing some deals, and then we started partnering with her on deals, and now we formed kind of a business partnership, doing a lot of deals together. And so I like Birmingham, Alabama. All right, so we've been teaching different marketing strategies, and this marketing strategy we're going to be talking about right now is going after older listings on the MLS. Now, the MLS is the place where people put list a property with a realtor and stick it out there, and that goes for the whole world to see, right? So these aren't necessarily off-market deals. Most of the marketing that we're doing to find deals are going to be off-market. But this is now, we're targeting older properties that need work and that haven't sold yet. When most people want to sell a property, 90% of them are first going to call a realtor, okay? And you may think the market is white hot and all you need to do is stick a sign in the yard and your property sell like crazy. But there's a lot of properties, and we're going to prove it right now, that have been on the market for over 60 days that aren't selling yet. That's 2 months. And why aren't they selling yet? Well, they need updating. They're outdated. They need work, and they're just asking way too much, right? So Gavin, I mean, why are these properties, do you think, why haven't they sold yet? Why hasn't the seller lowered their price?
Probably a number of reasons, right? The seller believes that that's what it's worth because they have an emotional attachment, right? Just because one down the street has sold for that, they don't look, well, that's been rehabbed, right? They haven't looked that it's got a brand new kitchen, a brand new roof. They're like, oh, if that sold, mine sold. But they haven't done any fixing up for 20 years. So that's number one. Number two, they might not have the equity, right? They may owe too much money, so they have to keep it higher. Number three, they think, well, the market's so hot right now, it's just going to keep going. So I'm just going to put mine higher. The thing is, it doesn't matter how hot the market is, it still needs to be priced right for what's selling. Always. And there's more sales for more money, then the market will go higher. But until you see that, it will sit and it won't move because it won't get mortgaged. Right? Someone's not going to pay cash and overpay in a rental market because that doesn't make sense either. And you've got a lot of people like this that need help. So that's why when you focus, what Joe's going to show you here, when you focus on these properties, it actually gets you, right? There's potential more motivation there because whatever they thought was going to happen didn't happen, right? And one thing I'll say on that is that I teach a lot of clients, like if it just came on Zillow yesterday, don't go in there thinking you're just going to get this contract signed. The reality is you're not going to get the contract signed. So what I teach is to say, hey, I want to, if it's for sale by owner, they're probably not going to do a rent to own. But what I'm doing is I'm positioning myself immediately saying, okay, I know you just listed this yesterday. I know you want to sell it. Because that's why you've put it for sale by owner. But let me ask you this. What if it doesn't sell? What are you going to do then? And they're probably going to say, oh, well, it will. I'm sure it will. It's a great house. But just play the game with me. Let's say it's still sitting there in 60 days. Are you going to lower the price? Or would you potentially rent it out? What would you do? And if they say, well, I'd lower the price or I'd rent it out, then I'd put them on follow-up, right? So you can be ahead of the game, even the ones that have not been on 60 days. I just wanted to share that because I thought it was important.
Well, that's good. So if a house hasn't sold yet because it's overpriced, sometimes sellers just need time to cook, right? They just need some time to realize, you know what? I'm not going to be able to get that price. I'm going to need to lower my price. And we're not talking about here sending an official offer to the realtor, filling out a contract and sending a proof of funds and earnest money and everything that's involved with that. We're not talking about that yet. All we're talking about here is sending an email to the realtor saying, hey, we saw your listing here. Looks like a nice house. We'd like to buy it, right? Would they accept something, at 80% of list price or whatever? Or would they accept something like, if I can get them their price, would they consider lease purchase or owner financing or something? And so all we're doing is just planting the seeds to see if the seller's negotiable. We're throwing it out there. If the seller's negotiable and willing to lower their price. Now, these realtors, realtors don't like to list properties that need work, that are overpriced, that are going to sit on the market. They're not getting much commission on that. So they're going to be more open to working with investors like you and me, because we can make a quick offer, close on the deal, fix it up, and help the community and all of that good stuff. So what we're going to do now is we're going to show you how to find these older listings and how to send the realtor of that property a simple email. Cool? Should we do this? All right. I'm going to share my screen.
I was on mute. Perfect. Let's do it. Sorry.
That's all right. I just lost Gavin. There he is. All right. So we go to redfin.com and we're going to do a search for Birmingham. I just did a search for Birmingham. Here we have all of the Birmingham houses for sale, and we have 2,400 homes for sale in Birmingham. Well, I just want the cheaper property. So I want everything under $150,000 because I want properties that need work. And usually the ones that need work are going to be lower priced like that. And I'm going to click on more filters here. And by the way, let me say this. Why Redfin? You can kind of do something similar on Zillow, but kind of not. First of all, Zillow does not let you search for properties that have been on the market over a certain number of days. It's just not as intuitive as it is with Redfin. The other thing is Redfin I have found to be more closely mirroring what is on the actual MLS. Okay. So we're going to do houses under 150. Let me make sure you can still, let me remove that banner there. Okay.
Joe, is Redfin on in every market or
almost every market?
Okay.
Now, if I zoom out, you can see where it's not in some areas because it's darker, and it is like it's in Huntsville but Birmingham's right there, but it doesn't go into Tuscaloosa for whatever reason, or Montgomery. So it's just on the bigger markets. If you're not in one of the bigger markets, then you can use something like Zillow. But I just like Redfin for a couple reasons, and I'll show you why. Redfin allows you to export these out. If you don't have Redfin in your area, you can get this from the MLS. Sometimes you can get it from PropStream. So let me just show you Redfin, and then remind me, and we'll talk about what if you don't have Redfin a little bit more. And then right here, if you scroll down, time on Redfin, no max. You can then select more than 60 days. Now, let me pause this because I know some of you are asking, like, well, wait a minute. Like, if you go to Zillow, you can get that, right? Let me do Birmingham, Alabama, and Zillow. And I go to for sale. And I go to just houses. I remove boundary. If you go to more, and you scroll down, it says here, days on Zillow. If you scroll down, I don't know if you can see that, but it doesn't give you the choice. It says 90 days, 30 days, but that just means it's been on Zillow less than 90 days, not more than 90 days. I don't know if that makes sense. So that's one of the problems with doing the search on Zillow. However, you could say, all right, just show me all the ones that have been on the market that are for sale right now, under $150,000. And you could then say built before 2010, because I don't like new construction. And then you click done. And now we have 246 agent listings, 162 for sale by owner listings. And you could sort this by newest. And then you could scroll all the way to the bottom. And then you could go to the last pages. I can click on page 7. Okay, and then page 5, 6, and 7 are going to be the properties that have been on Zillow the longest. Now, there's not a way you can sort by oldest. This is one of the reasons why I like Redfin. All right, so anyway, back to Redfin. Time on Redfin, more than 60 days. I don't check fixer-uppers only because that will miss some of the properties that are fixer-uppers. And I'm going to say built before 2010 because we don't want new construction. We want older homes. In fact, you could even maybe do built before, if I can get my mouse to work, built before 2000, apply filter. So these are older homes that are going to need updating. And right now, this is sorted by time on Redfin. So if I scroll down, this is another big reason why I like Redfin. If I scroll down all the way to the bottom, there's usually a button right here that says download all. It's a link, and I can download all those properties into a spreadsheet. Well, let's just look at them one at a time, a few of them here. This first one here, if I scroll through the pictures, it doesn't need updating. It's probably overpriced because it hasn't sold yet, but this one's been recently updated. The owner who rehabbed this, probably not super motivated yet to drop their price to 60, 70 cents on the dollar. Well, that's a great place for a water heater right there. That may be one reason why it hasn't sold yet. I don't know. But let's look at the next one here. All right, this house, if I look now, I'm clicking through, there's only 2 pictures. That tells you what? There's no interior pictures, and this probably needs a lot of work. And this is a great property, built in 1956. If I click on view details, it opens it up here. And this is a rental property. Looky here. Investors, if you're looking for instant cash flowing investment, look no further. It's currently rented through June. That's in a couple, 3 months from now. Brand new roof installed. This property hasn't sold yet because nobody can get in to see it. And they're probably just asking way too much. So let's send the realtor an email about this property. Cool. You want to say anything about this property before we do that, Gavin, or are we good?
Oh, we're good. Let's keep it going.
So I'm going to copy the URL here. I'm going to go into my FreedomSoft, go into my campaigns, and I have a campaign here called Older Listings Birmingham. And if I click on that campaign, I'm going to scroll down and just click New Lead. And I'm going to put the address of the, oops, that's the URL. I'm going to do the address of the property here. I just copy the whole thing, copy and paste. And then I'm going to cut the city, Alabama, cut the zip. I'm just cutting and pasting, copying and pasting the address in there, okay? I'm going to put the realtor's information here as much as I can get. I scroll down, you can see it's listed by Tara Respinto. I'm just going to copy that information, put it right there. And then I'm going to, here's your phone number. Now, not, the phone numbers are only here typically for the cheaper properties. If Redfin has buyer's agents in that area, they're going to put the buyer's agent's information there. But let's just put the phone number right there. Don't have an email. Where do I get the realtor's email? It's not going to be anywhere in here if you look. So sometimes what I like to do is I just copy the name and company name and just Google it. And if you click on usually one of the first 3, you will find contact information. For example, in Alabama, they have the realtor's emails and stuff like that here. So I'm going to copy that, put it here under email, and click Save Lead. All right, so just created a lead, and here it is. Now I'm going to do one more thing. I like to copy the URL where that property came from. And I have a link right here, Redfin Zillow link. I just paste the link right there. All right. Now, this is a new property. And if I scroll down here, there's a place for initial offer price. What I like to do here is, make some kind of initial offer. This seller is asking $82,900. If I open my calculator, 82,900 times 0.8, that's 66,320. So I'm going to copy that. Just put that right here. 66,320. All right. So now I have this lead. Status is new. It's right here in this campaign, older listings. And I just want to send the realtor a simple, quick email. Now I have some email templates for this. I'm just going to click on the realtor's email address right there. And there are 2 buttons here. I want this little envelope button. And I have a template called, if I scroll down, Realtor Email Cash Offer. And I'm going to click that. And what it does is it just brings in a email. All right. And I'm going to send a copy of it to myself so I can show it to you later, but it sends it to the realtor's email. The subject line is your listing at address and city. So it merges in those fields. And it says, hi, property first name. That's the realtor's first name. I saw your listing at address and city. I'm looking to buy some more investment properties in the area. Is the property still available? Before I send you an actual contract and proof of funds, would your clients consider something around, and that price was the 80% price that I did, which was $66,320. All right. Click, boom, send email. And it just sent her an email, right? Now, if the reply comes back, it's going to show up in my inbox. But let's just do another lead. All right. I click on the plus for a new lead. It's going into this campaign. Let's go ahead and close that. Let's look at this one. It's the third one in there. And if I scroll through the pictures, I like this. Why? Because it needs updating. Let's click on view details here. See all 20 photos. You can see the doors are different color. There's popcorn ceilings. The carpet's old wallpaper on the walls. And obviously the kitchen is going to need updating. The cabinets are dirty. This is a great rental property, but no retail buyer is going to buy this. Only an investor is going to buy this thing. And it's going to need 20, 30 grand in work, maybe 10 to 20 grand in work to get it rent ready. So let's send this realtor an email. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy, here we go, Betty Miner. I'm going to copy that. Oops. I'm going to put it right here, Betty Miner. Hold on here. Let me get this figured out here. Betty Miner, there she is. All right. And then the address, I'm just going to copy and paste the address right there. I'm going to cut, paste, zip code and all that. All right, and phone number, email is what we need next. And there's a phone number right here. I'm going to copy that. How do you get her email address? Well, you can't always get it as easy as you'd like, but I'll show you one of the ways I like to look. I'm going to copy and paste into Google, Betty Miner. You click on the first link. I don't see any email here. Click on the second link. It's taking its sweet old time. Let's click on the third link. And here you go, Betty Miner. And there is an email address right there. Let's copy that email and put it right there. Click Save Lead. Cool. Now, don't forget, I like to get the URL for the property. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to scroll right here and put that link in there. And this property is listed right now for $79,650. So I'm going to go to my calculator. 79,650 times 0.8, 63,720. 63,720. So I have this field right here called initial offer price. I paste that in there, 63,720. Cool. All right. Now the interesting thing here too is, were you gonna say something, Gavin?
I was just gonna say to save lead. I was just gonna make sure that people knew that you have to click save, right?
Well, it normally saves it automatically too. Okay. I'm just gonna click on the realtor's email here, and it just opens up a blank email. And I'm gonna click on this little envelope, scroll down to realtor email cash offer, and boom, just like that. I'm going to send a copy to myself. It merges in all the fields, and I'm going to send an email. It just sent that realtor an email. Now, I might also go in here, and I'm just going to change the status to follow up. So that means I've already sent the realtor an email. I'm just going to follow up. Let me change the status of this other one because it's not new anymore, is it? I already sent the email. Follow up. All right. So we just did two of them. Let's just look at one or two more here. And we're showing you what we're looking for. Do you think this one needs updating? Now let's look at some more pictures. Yeah. I mean, it's not that bad, but yeah, this isn't a property that a retail buyer would probably buy. This is a property that an investor would want to buy for a rental property. And it hasn't sold yet, 63 days. So we can do the same thing. Let me just show you another example. This is a property, boom, investment opportunity. Yikes, that's pretty scary, right? What if we sent that realtor an email and offer them, let's see, 42,000 times 0.8. Now that's only 33,000. I might do 70% instead of 80%, right? So 42,000 times 0.7 is 29,400. I want to show you something else here while we're doing this, because I'm going to look for a nicer house that has been updated. Oh, this is a great example, though, of a property that there's 6 pictures, but none of them are inside. So this one needs a lot of work. Let's sort this by price from high to low. This is a property here that's really nice. Doesn't need any work. Okay. But I want to send this realtor an email. Not would they accept something at 70 cents on the dollar, but maybe I can get them their full price. So let's click view details here. All right, I'm going to copy this address. We're going to do, we're going to do new lead. Paste the address right here. Birmingham, Alabama. Copying and pasting. And we want the realtor's information, Candace McCoy. Copy. Paste. And phone number, we're going to copy. Paste. We need her email address, right? There we go. This is one nice thing about Alabama. Looks like all of the listings in Alabama have on this website, Greater Alabama MLS, the realtor's email addresses. All right. Yeah. Paste. Now, it's not every market is that easy to find email addresses. I'm going to click Save Lead. I'm going to go here and I'm going to copy that URL. And I'm going to, as soon as this opens up here. Now, one other way you can get the realtor's contact information is by looking in PropStream. This is one of the properties we looked at before, propstreamjoe.com. And you can pull up the property and look at MLS details. And you can see down here all the agent's information. So you can see the agent's phone number, name, phone number, and email right from inside of PropStream. All right, here we go. I'm going to paste that Redfin link right there. And on this property, I don't want to make a lowball cash offer because this one looks nice. Just gut check, it's a pretty good price. If I look at the photos, it's been updated. New countertops. They updated, refinished the floors, paint. Even the bathroom, even though it's colored tile, it still looks nice. Well, okay. Nice carpet, wood paneling. You can always tear that carpet out and paint the walls. It's a decent house, okay? But what if instead we send the realtor an email like this? I'm going to click on the realtor's email. There's an email template. If I click on that little envelope icon, scroll down, it says Realtor Email Creative Financing. And just like that, it's going to pull up an email, your listing at address and city. Hi, first name Realtor. I saw your listing at address and city. I'm looking for some investment properties in the area. It looks like a really nice house. I'm surprised you haven't sold it yet. I might be able to get the seller the price they're looking for if they would consider selling with owner financing or as a lease purchase. That wouldn't work for them, would it? Thanks. And then your name. Let me tell you something, guys. I'm going to send this email right now. That email works like crazy. I get a much higher positive response rate on those emails saying, hey, I can get them their price if they would consider something creative. Much higher response rates on those than I do with the emails that say, hey, would they accept something at 70, 80 cents on the dollar? And if you want to learn how to get those kinds of properties, I just want to invite you again to my class that teaches you how to do those. And I have to get the URL up there. Go check out sloclass.com. This is a webinar where I'm going to teach you how to do these deals with the higher price properties and give the seller or the realtor whatever price they want, as long as they're willing to negotiate on terms, creative financing deals. All right. So back to this here. All right. I want to show you, now that email has been sent, so I'm just going to change the status to follow up. All right. I want to show you my main screen here because I got some emails in. And in order for me to do that, I'm just going to share my whole desktop here real quick. All right, and I'm going to go to my email. This is what the email looks like that I just sent. Your listing ad address in city, and it's sent to that seller from me. Okay, hi Betty, I saw your listing ad address in city. I'm looking to buy some investment properties in the area. Is this still available? Before I send you an actual contract and proof of funds, would your clients consider something around 63,720? Thanks, Joe. Okay, simple. Now let me show you what that email looks like that I just sent. I have to open my inbox here, and I will show you. All right. Share screen, desktop. Boom. Here we go. Your listing at address and city. Hi, Candace. I saw your listing at address and city. I'm looking for some investment properties in the area. Why do I say that? I just tells them I'm an investor. I'm not a retail buyer. I'm surprised it hasn't sold yet. I might be able to get the seller the price they're looking for if they would consider selling with owner financing or as a lease purchase. That wouldn't work for them, would it? Thanks, Joe. And so what we just showed you here was how to do this one at a time. And we're going to show you on the next little video a quick shortcut on how to send a bunch of them all at once using two tools, PropStream and GMass. And I think you're going to love it. But here's the point. How much does it cost to send an email? What we just showed you just takes a little bit of copy and paste, send out some emails, just make it a goal to send 5 or 10 of those a day. All right. Yeah. And then follow up with those realtors. If they don't respond to your email, call them. Okay. In fact, what I'd recommend you do is go into FreedomSoft. Let me just share my screen one more time here and add to stream. Okay, here. So you see FreedomSoft. What I would do is after you send them, you status that as follow-up, create a task just to call them. Did they respond to email? Question mark. And assign it to yourself and assign it a due date. Today's the 12th on the 14th. All right. So every lead you have in here, you should have an open task assigned to somebody in the future. It could be you or your virtual assistant. That way, when you come into FreedomSoft, you can see all your tasks right here. And if it's overdue, it's in red. If it's not due yet, it's in black like that. And so to get there, you just click on that, right? It's going to take you to the tasks right here. And you can then call them. And how do you call them? All you do is right here, you click on that phone number and you can choose the number you're calling them from. And you can call them right here from your laptop. And you also, if you have the FreedomSoft app, you can call them right from the app. Yeah. All right. So good enough for now. I think we should take a break and do a new video. We're going to show you how you can send a bunch of these emails all at once to these realtors. Cool?
Perfect.
All right, guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.